Alexander the Great was born in Pella, the capital of the Kingdom of Macedon, in 356 BCE. His father was King Philip II, a powerful ruler. His mother was Olympias, a princess from Epirus. Alexander grew up in a world of royalty and war. He was a bright and curious child. Even as a young boy, Alexander was strong and brave. He loved to ride horses and play war games. One story tells how he tamed a wild horse named Bucephalus, which no one else could ride. This impressed everyone, including his father. King Philip II wanted the best education for his son. He hired the famous philosopher Aristotle to be Alexander's tutor. Aristotle taught Alexander about philosophy, literature, science, and politics. He encouraged Alexander to think critically and to question the world around him. Alexander's education shaped his worldview and his ambitions. He learned about the Greek city-states and their culture. He also learned about the Persian Empire, a vast and wealthy empire to the east. Aristotle's teaching stayed with Alexander throughout his life. He carried with him a copy of Homer's Iliad, a Greek epic poem. He admired the heroes of Greek mythology, like Achilles and Hercules. When Alexander was 20 years old, his father was assassinated. Alexander became king of Macedon. He quickly took control of the army and set out to conquer the Persian Empire. He wanted to fulfill his father's dream of expanding the Macedonian kingdom. Alexander's army was well-trained and well-equipped. He was a brilliant military strategist, using innovative tactics and formations. He led his army to victory in several battles against the Persians. He conquered Asia Minor, Syria, Egypt, and Mesopotamia. When Alexander was just a boy, he was given a wild horse named Bucephalus. This horse was powerful and untamed. No one could ride him. Alexander, however, noticed that Bucephalus was afraid of his own shadow. He turned the horse so that it was facing the sun, and then he mounted him. From that day on, Bucephalus was Alexander's loyal companion. He rode him into every battle. Section 5. Conquering Persia. Alexander's greatest enemy was Darius III, the king of Persia. They fought a series of epic battles, including the Battle of Granicus River, the Battle of Issus, and the Battle of Gaugamela. At Gaugamela, Alexander's forces were outnumbered, but, they were victorious. Darius III fled the battlefield. Alexander pursued Darius, but he was unfortunately too late. Darius was killed by his own men. Alexander was now the ruler of the Persian Empire. He had achieved his goal in just a few short years. Alexander's empire stretched from Greece to India. It was the largest empire the world had ever seen. He founded many cities, including Alexandria in Egypt. He encouraged cultural exchange between Greeks and Persians. He married Roxana, a Persian princess, and allowed his soldiers to marry Persian women. Alexander was a visionary leader. He wanted to create a united world where people from different cultures could live together in peace. He saw himself as a universal king, a ruler of all people. Alexander the Great died in Babylon in 323 BCE. He was only 32 years old. The cause of his death is unknown. Some historians believe he died from malaria, typhoid fever, or poisoning. Others believe he died from alcoholism or grief over the death of his close friend, Hephaestion. Despite his short life, Alexander left a lasting impact on the world. He spread Greek culture and language throughout his vast empire. This era is known as the Hellenistic period. After Alexander's death, his empire was divided among his generals. These generals fought each other for power. Three major dynasties emerged: the Ptolemies in Egypt, the Seleucids in Asia, and the Antigonids in Macedonia. Although Alexander's empire did not last, his legacy lived on. He inspired countless leaders and artists throughout history. He remains one of the most famous figures in world history. Alexander the Great was a complex and contradictory figure. He was a brilliant military strategist, a ruthless conqueror, and a visionary leader. He was both admired and feared in his own time. His legacy continues to be debated today. Some historians view him as a hero who spread Greek culture and civilization. Others view him as a ruthless tyrant who destroyed countless lives. Regardless of how he is judged, there is no doubt that Alexander the Great was one of the most influential figures in world history.